Just testing the microphone here, testing the microphone. Hello everyone, how are you doing today? I am very excited to be here with you and I'll be presenting something that is extremely important, I think, for fitness mindset, and it is a sort of a topic that I really like to apply not only in sports but also in my daily life. So as you see on the screen here, the topic that we are going to talk about is embrace the journey, the power of trusting the process. And so I wanted to discuss about this topic because trusting the process is something that not many people do. And actually, from my experience, this leads to frustration, and this also leads to wanting to quit doing something that you might actually enjoy. So it's all about having a good strategy of getting started and continuing doing that particular activity, because not only because you enjoy it, but also because you trust the process, and also because you want to achieve your goal no matter what. So whenever you have something new in your life that you want to test out, such as, let's say, a new fitness program, a new cardio program, and all sorts of things, you should not only start doing that particular program, but really think about the reason why you want to actually have this experience. What is your primary goal, and how can you enjoy the process to reaching that particular goal? Because what I see from my experience and from many people's experiences is that if you have a goal but you don't have any sort of visibility of that particular goal, and you don't even like the process, this will become more difficult for you to stick to it, and finally you are going to quit. And that's something that we don't want to do, especially when we are talking about our own health, when we're talking about having a sustainable fitness attitude towards improving our physical health and also mental health. So welcome and thanks for joining. Let's see what the agenda is for today. So I'm going to start with explaining what trusting the process means for me, and why is this important. Then I'm going to talk about consistency. If you are familiar with my previous videos, you are going to see that I really like to emphasize this idea of being consistent, even more than being motivated. And so that's a really important key factor for people sticking to their particular goals. Why do we want to have sustainable fitness and attitude that promotes sustainability in respect to moving more and being more fitness oriented? That's also something very important. And of course, the benefits of trusting the process and enjoying it also is that you are going to expect to grow. And when you're expecting something good to happen, well, you're more eager to continue doing that particular thing. Also, we are going to discuss about what are the factors for success in order to stick to the particular activity that you're doing, and what are the factors that are going to help you enjoy the process as well as trust it. So for me, enjoying the process and trusting it is very important, because if I don't enjoy the process and I don't trust that this process is going to bring me somewhere closer to my goal, I won't do it at all. And the key example that I'm going to give you here is 2 years ago, I wanted to participate in a powerlifting national competition, and trusting the process meant I wanted to have someone who was able to prepare me for that particular competition, whom I could trust could do that. And so the good part is that I am friends with the national powerlifting competitor, like the biggest one in my country. And that was great, because obviously if he's the first one in the sport, I could be taught how to go towards that goal without questioning the authority that this friend had. So trusting the process was extremely important, and this usually emphasizes the faith in the journey rather than focusing solely on the end goal. So yeah, I have the end goal, but can I reach it if I do not trust the process? And the answer is usually no, because if you don't trust that the process is going to bring you there, why put in the work to do that if you're not sure you're going to reach your end goal? So that's extremely important. Trusting the process involves believing in the steps that are being taken and in the actions executed to achieve a desired outcome, even when immediate results may not be obvious. So that's why I'm saying, why would you start, let's say, playing the guitar if you do not trust the fact that all the work that you're going to put into training to play the guitar is going to bring you finally to your goal to play the guitar? So it's obvious that for anyone who is starting anything, or for anyone who has a particular goal, trusting the process is crucial. And so that's a bit my definition of trusting the process, having faith in the journey, and believing that the steps that you take are going to bring you closer to your desired goal. And here I also have another aspect in addition to the definition. So embracing the journey. That's something that people are not always comfortable with, because they know they want to be good in something, at something, but they don't always acknowledge the fact that they should be familiarized and friends with the process itself. And that was my case actually in playing the guitar, because I wanted to hear myself after years of practicing, being a very good acoustic guitarist, having a great finger picking technique, and I was imagining myself being that person with that particular skill, but I didn't enjoy and embrace the journey. So that means that it was very difficult for me to stick to the process, just because I didn't enjoy it, and because I didn't know I was able to reach that goal only by training by myself. And I was very stubborn, and I wanted to prove to myself that I was able to do that without a coach. And after a couple of months of testing and trying all sorts of methods, even hurting a bit my fingers, I finally quit. And it's unfortunate, it's frustrating, but I think this is the experience that brought me closer to this idea that if I'm trusting the process and if I enjoy it, well, the road towards achieving that goal is going to be easier. And so this is what I also want from my for my clients, to make sure that when they are starting their fitness journey, they also are going to trust me as their coach. They're going to be accountable of the results. They don't wait for quick fixes, because this is only solving the problem short term, and they enjoy the process. They trust the process. And so being a coach, I think it's not always about giving personalized training advice. It's also giving a good mindset to the person who is taking you as a coach, and preparing that person for a good attitude towards putting in the work and enjoying actually that work when they are doing it. And so in fitness, trusting the process means acknowledging that progress takes time and dedication. That's it. And it's always like this. You cannot become better at anything if you don't put in the time, and if you don't acknowledge the fact that you need to dedicate a lot of effort. It involves understanding that transformation is not instantaneous, and this is rather a result of continuous commitment to, for example, healthy habits, exercise, and self-improvement. So starting your fitness journey is not about starting a program of a couple of months. It's about starting a new lifestyle that is going to transform your physical health, mental health, and your entire attitude towards life. And that's why I think I like so much being in this domain. So it's all about mindset shift. It's all about approaching fitness not solely for the end goal, but also approaching fitness and embracing the concept of trusting the process. So not only achieving a goal, such as, let's say, achieving a certain weight or a certain body shape, it's also about having a good mindset towards valuing the journey itself. Because if you're going to the gym to lose weight, but you don't enjoy the process that you're on to lose weight, and you don't think that process is going to help you, well, you are going to find yourself very often on the bench, on your phone, without putting in the energy and effort, and without having fun while doing it. So, as you see, it's not going to last. Nothing is going to be easy if you don't enjoy the process and you don't trust it. So you might as well want to have this mindset shift where you need to also be prepared to have patience, resilience, and willingness to learn from different setbacks. You also need to learn what your strengths are, what your great advantages are, and what you like doing. And sometimes at the beginning, you don't always know that. So you need to be in a sort of a discovery of yourself and your body's desires with respect to different types of exercises. And that's one of the things that I'm doing when discussing with a new client. What types of exercises do you like to do, and what types of exercises you don't enjoy doing? Because for the same muscle group, there are tens of exercises that I can give. And so if you don't like one, I might as well change the exercise, but focus on the same muscles. So why would I give you something that you don't enjoy doing if the result is the same? The result is the same. So that's the idea here. Also, understanding the concept of trusting the process involves also recognizing that there are some key components, such as setting realistic expectations, prioritizing consistency over perfection. I don't feel I'm in the mood right now to go to the gym because I will not do a great, perfect job at that exercise. It doesn't matter. Over mid and long-term sessions, what matters is showing up and going through the motions, even though you don't feel like it. So maintaining a positive attitude, even in the face of these adversities where life gets in the way, you're tired, you haven't slept well, you haven't eaten well, or some other things, it's something that you need to train yourself and to learn to control better over the time. And there is a quote, I think, saying that the applause that you receive when you are successful is actually for all those long, tired, boring moments where you put in the effort and no one looks. So, so don't chase success if you're not eager to put in the boring, long, tired hours to reach it. And so that's really a mindset that people should work on more. And that was one of my problems. I wanted to do so many things, but because I didn't enjoy the process or I didn't trust it, I stopped doing them. And that's okay. Sometimes you just need to find your jam. And so here I always think consistency is key. Trusting the process fosters a long life commitment to sustainable fitness, and this promotes consistency over quick fixes. We don't want quick fixes because these are not going to stick. We want fixes that are for long term. And it prioritizes lasting lifestyle changes for improved well-being. So my aim whenever I have a new client, and with all my clients actually, is to help them have a better lifestyle, a healthier lifestyle, and just help them see that their body is their temple and they should take care of it, right? Because if you're not taking care of your body, who is going to? Your body is the means for your soul to experimenting life. And so it means that if your body is not well, your soul is not going to be feeling well. Because it's like, let's say, take this sort of example, and I like a lot philosophy, that's why I'm giving this example. So there was a great philosopher saying that the human body and mind can be analogous, can be compared to the phantom in the car, meaning that the car is your body and the phantom is your soul. And so the only difference is that the phantom interacts with the ghost interacts with the car, as the soul interacts with the body. So it means that if the car has a problem, well, the ghost cannot advance, so it will need to fix it before advancing. Otherwise, it will be more difficult. And so that's exactly the same analogy with our body. If our body is not doing well, we don't feel well either, and we have more difficulties in appreciating life in general. So why not prevent something instead of just trying to fix things? And the best way to prevent a poor health for us would be to focus more on improving our lifestyle and well-being through moving more, through more exercise. And so here, as you may see, building a sustainable foundation is something that I really consider important, and trusting the process instills the understanding that fitness is a lifelong journey, not a quick fix, and that you should embrace this mindset in order to be more likely to adopt sustainable habits that support long-term health and well-being. Staying consistent is so important. So fitness progress, for example, often requires consistent effort over time, and that's more than being perfect. Like, being consistently average is better than being perfect once, because if you are always consistent but average, you are going to improve that average along the way, right? You are going to set the bar higher just because you are working into improving any weak points. Whereas if you're not working at well, you might be perfect once, but then who cares, because you're not doing it consistently. So you are going to lose that familiarity with exercise, with the desire to do that again. and much more. So by trusting the process, you are more likely to stick to the workout routines and the plans that you have, even when results are not immediately visible. And so that's why staying consistent is super important. And I have a video, a live stream video on that. Please check it out if you are interested. Also, avoiding quick fixes is very important. As I already said, in a culture that often promotes quick fixes and quick fix solutions to fitness goals, trusting the process emphasizes the importance of sustainable, evidence-based approaches. And so whenever I see people promoting programs of get lean in 10 days with this HIIT workout, or get stronger in 5 days with this workout, I'm a bit reluctant. Like, actually, I'm super reluctant, because this is a quick fix that people enjoy, just because people do not have this desire to stick with the process for a long time. And they always want to see immediate results, otherwise they won't put in the effort. But my question is, if you really want to lose weight, if you really want to reshape your body composition, if you really want to be stronger, faster, have more endurance, or whatever your fitness goal is, if you're not willing to put in the work and continue a process that you trust, then it means that you're not really willing to do that and to reach that particular goal. So that's why when I see people just saying, well, I tried a lot, but it doesn't work, I am reluctant, because it means they didn't put in the work, or they didn't get familiarized with the process, they didn't trust it, so they didn't stick to it, or they didn't enjoy it and it felt too difficult for them to continue. So yeah, if you really want something, the hard truth is that you should put in consistent efforts into it, and you should avoid quick fixes. Because beginners, for example, who trust the process are less likely to fall for extreme workout programs or diets that promise rapid results, which are, in my opinion, unsustainable, sometimes unhealthy, or impossible in some other cases. So that's my opinion on the matter. And lastly, working with the mindset so it creates lasting lifestyle changes is also very important. So rather than viewing fitness as a temporary pursuit to achieve a certain look or weight, trusting the process encourages beginners to adopt lifestyle changes that support their health and fitness goals for the long term. And that's super important. Once again, we want to focus on long-term results, because these are the only ones who are going to stick with you. You are going to educate your body in such a way that it is going to be easier for it to do things that were hard before. And here, this is all having lasting changes related to this idea of sustainable fitness. And sustainable fitness refers to approaches, habits, and practices that can be maintained over the long term. And they promote long-term health, they promote injury prevention, and also, I see I didn't modify this point here, mental well-being. So sustainable fitness is crucial for these aspects because it emphasizes a good balanced life, longevity, the pursuit of health and fitness goals in a way that is not going to be difficult or to put strain on the body. So let's talk about the first one. Sustainable fitness is something that is going to stick with you your entire life and promotes overall well-being and health over time. It reduces the risk of different types of diseases and problems, and it's something that we want. So we don't want to do an exercise now for like 2 weeks to fix something. We want to make sure we are improving ourselves and we are putting in the effort to be stronger and to be fitter in general, to be fairly fit, if I could say. Injury prevention is another thing that is important because doing sustainable fitness prioritizes proper form, progression, recovery, and it reduces the risk of injury that can result from improper technique and overtraining. So it is very important. Injury prevention is something that you would want to have when you are working towards your fitness goal. You are going to become stronger and you are going to be less prone to injuries in this way. And finally, mental well-being. This promotes a healthy relationship with exercises and your body image as well. It fosters mental health in a positive way, and it reduces stress, anxiety, and depression. That has been proven all over again in the scientific literature. So I cannot emphasize how good it is for you to do something that you are proud of at the end of your training session and see that you were able to go through the program, even if you, for example, did not have the energy to do that or the desire. So that's something that I am really, really promoting. And so when you are trusting the process, well, actually, you trust the fact that you are growing through this entire experience. So trusting the process helps beginners especially, and not only beginners, but beginners in particular, to set realistic expectations about their fitness journey. So rather than expecting immediate results, people understand that progress takes time and consistency, and this reduces the likelihood of frustration or disappointment. So when you trust the process, you trust that you will be growing anyways. The time is not important, but the time frame is not as important in my case, because you know that at the end you will be reaching your goal, but you just want to have fun while doing that. So I think this is very important because managing expectations is something that I'm doing with my customers. They need to have realistic goals to work towards. And so if that's something that is interesting for you, I have a follow along exercise in one of my videos on how to set smart goals, and that's once again applicable not only to fitness but to any sort of life aspects that you might be interested in. So manage expectations. I am a 70 years old woman and I want to run a marathon in a month's time. That's not possible. We should work on those expectations so that you don't get disappointed when you will not be able to reach your goal, because a lot more preparation is needed and a lot more work is needed than that. So manage expectations, very important. Embrace growth. So fitness is not just about physical transformation. It's also about personal growth. And here's where I think, especially on YouTube, like there are not a lot of people talking about fitness mindset. There are a lot of people talking about fitness techniques and all sorts of aspects of the gym experience. But I think transformation, physical and mental, is very important. Personal growth is very important. Then we can incorporate it in our daily experiences, and we can definitely incorporate it in our fitness journey. So trusting the process encourages beginners to focus on continuous improvement, celebrating small victories and learning from setbacks along the way. That's something very important. Embrace growth, but also develop resilience in face of challenges is another important factor. So every fitness journey encounters obstacles. There will always be something that is a bit difficult for you to do, and that's okay, because otherwise you would be perfect. Nothing is too hard, so life will be boring. Sometimes you just need some challenges in your life to reconfirm the fact that you are able to put in the work and that you are great at mounting difficult sort of obstacles in your journey, right? So every fitness journey encounters obstacles, whether this is hitting a plateau or facing setbacks due to injury or life events. So this happens, but trusting the process helps people develop resilience, enable them to adapt and persevere through challenges, and not give up. So yeah, life is all about doing your best, growing, being resilient in face of challenges, and making the best out of what you have. And I think this is a good mindset to implement in life in general, but also in fitness, which is a small extension of what you can do with your life to improve your overall health. So hey, there are a couple of benefits here. And lastly, but not the least, fostering a positive mindset is also very important, because if you're trusting the process, this is going to help you cultivate mindset that is positive towards fitness in general, and it will help you focus on the journey rather than fixating solely on the end goal. So this mindset shift promotes self-compassion, patience, self-belief, which are essential for long-term success in fitness. So here you are. When you are trusting the process, you are actually expecting to grow and you will become better. So trusting the process and enjoying the process for me are two different things, but they intertwine at a certain point, because if you trust the process but you don't enjoy doing it, it might be more difficult for you to reach your goal or to want to stick to it. But if you also enjoy the process, it means that you are going to also have fun along the way. So you will be looking forward to all those improving steps along your journey. Once again, so trusting the process for me was very important in a lot of aspects, but I see people who enjoy the process more than trusting it, and that's also fine. Like if you just enjoy running, and you might want to run a marathon in the future, but you don't trust you can do it, but you keep running because it's fun for you and you enjoy doing it, well, that's enough for you to continue doing it. So that's why maybe the title of this presentation should be Trust the Process and Have Fun while doing it. Enjoy it, because otherwise it might be difficult to stick to it. And I can guarantee you that if you don't know what process you enjoy doing, you'll find out, but you just need to test and to go through trials and errors to find your own personal desires. Okay, so we discussed about why trusting the process is important, how does it relate to enjoying the process, why when you're trusting the process you expect to grow, and why consistency and sustainable fitness are important factors for you to be able to set yourself up to success. But there is one more slide here that I would like to present, and this is for you to be successful in trusting the process. Well, there are things that you might want to take a look at, and the first one is goal setting. So goal setting is very, very important in order for you to have the occasion to trust the process. Once again, if I want to run a marathon next week, but I never ran in my life, maybe the goal that I'm setting is a bit too harsh, and ultimately it will lead to frustration. So that's something that maybe I would not like to do. And that's why I would advise you to set goals in a smart manner, meaning that they are sustainable, they are measurable, they're achievable, realistic, and time-bound. So once again, something that is extremely important, not only for fitness, but for any sort of life aspect that you might want to take a look at. Because whenever you have a goal and this goal is smart, well, this is way better than not having a goal and just doing it because today you feel like it, but tomorrow maybe you won't be doing it just because you don't feel like it. If you have a goal, you will be more prone to be consistent. And if you have a goal and you're also tracking your progress, well, that's better because you might observe that you're doing like you're having progress and you are able to measure it. And so progress tracking is something that can definitely help you achieve trust in the process, because you started, let's say, a month ago a particular exercise, and now you see that you're better at that exercise in any manner, like improved form, more weights, more time under tension, more minutes or more reps, more sets. You know, like there is a way to compare yourself with the previous sessions that you did. And progress tracking, in my opinion, is one of the ways through which people can gain more confidence in the process. Support and community is also very important, because you are more prone to trust the process and also enjoy it if you're doing those particular things with other people, either in group sessions or with one of your friends or spouse. Just putting some effort together is going to bring you closer. You are going to spend more time with that person and have more fun with that person. And you are also going to rely more on the process and be more accountable for showing up. So supporting community can lead you to trust the process more. Of course, mindset and attitude are extremely important in trusting the process. And this is something that you need to work on your own, just by being more conscious of the fact that if you have a goal and you are able to track it and you are surrounded with people that support you, well, actually this alone can bring to your success. But in addition to that, if you know that the process that you're doing is something that you enjoy and is something that is going to bring you growth, that is going to give you even more incentive in continuing the process and reaching your goal with a lot more enthusiasm. Yeah. And finally, professional guidance. So for me, trusting the process was all about having some professional guidance from people who have invested tens of years maybe into their craft. So there are people out there who have spent their entire life on improving in a particular domain, and they know now how they could have done it better and faster. And that's why teachers and coaches intervene, because someone who has spent so much time into developing their craft is able to see you, to see your level, to give you personalized advice in a way that you will be able to learn faster and enjoy the process more. So for me, as in my example on powerlifting, this was all about having some professional guidance that would help me trust the process, just because I saw examples from this coach of being a great athlete. And if he could do it, it means that I need to put in the work. And if I respect their program, I will have better results also. So yeah, that's what I really appreciated. And that's, from my opinion, what factors of success in trusting the process more looks like. Of course, the path is different for everyone, and there is a certain point where you just need to think more about what you like, what types of processes you enjoy doing, and what does a good process that brings you growth looks like. And so that's it. I hope I helped you understand that trusting the process is important in reaching one's goals, whether they are in fitness or some other area in your life. I really think it was very helpful, and please don't hesitate to reach out in case you want to share with me your experience or just have a discussion about your own fitness goals. So thanks once again for listening to this session, and I'm looking to see you also in the next one. Have a nice day.